Assalamualaikum. Hello, my name is Wan Wasim Akram, and today we're going to talk about Islamic banks and Islamic financing products. So for those of you who don't know what Islamic banks are, basically they're banks that deal with money and finance in a more Sharia compliant manner. Basically, it deals with money and finance without elements of uncertainty or gambling, and of course interest, because interest or riba is forbidden in the faith of Islam. So today we're going to focus on the product of Mudarabah, and I've invited some very good friends of mine to tell you some things about Islamic banks as well as Mudarabah financing. So I invited my friends Ihsan, Nurin, Anis and Aina to tell you guys all about Mudarabah and Islamic banks. So let's go check it out.
Hi everyone, I've already introduced myself, and as for my part, I'm gonna give the backgrounds between two banks, which are Maybank Islamic and Bank Muamalat. So for Maybank Islamic, the established date was during 2007. It's a subsidiary of local conventional bank, and the parent company is Maybank Group, and it is located in Jalan Tun Perak, KL. There's two headquarters, one in KL and one in Bangsa. For Bank Muamalat, it was established on 1st October 1999. It's a type of bank where it is a full-fledged Islamic banking. The parent company is DRB Highcom, and the headquarters is in Jalan Melaka, KL. Moving on to the next part. Thank you.
Mudarabah investment or deposit uses Mudarabah as the underlying contract for Islamic investment account. Mudarabah is a contract of profit and loss sharing where the customer is the capital provider and the bank is the manager. And there will be a sharing of profit between the bank and the client using the mutually agreed ratio at the time of the contract. Any financial loss will be borne by the capital provider. Mudarabah is neither equity or a liability because the depositor does not assume the right as a equity holder, nor is it guaranteed a liability. It must include offer and acceptance. The money can be in lump sum or in installment, and the capital provider cannot interfere with the work of the manager, which is the bank. There are two types of investment account. The first one is the general investment, also known as the unrestricted, where the bank is allowed to invest in any funds because they are not restricted by the investment account holders, and the bank is allowed to commingle the funds with their own funds or any other funds that the bank has the right to use, such as current account, and the disclosure will be in the financial statement. And for the second type is the specific investment account, also known as the restricted investment account, where the bank can only invest in investment which the investment account holder allows. So there is restrictions for the types of funds, and there cannot be a commingling of the funds with the other funds of the banks, and it will be presented in a separate statement known as a statement of restricted investment. There is issue of agency problem whereby the Sharia does not allow the capital provider to interrupt with the work of the managers, but the capital provider has to bear all the loss. Therefore, there is a conflict of interest between the bank and the client. Other issues include because Mudarabah actually involves a lot of risk, so there can be a financial risk, business risk, rate of return risk, and equity investment risk.
It's Aina Shah, and I'll be explaining the basis of preparation for Maybank Islamic and also Bank Muamalat. So as can be seen from this slide, both banks prepare their financial statements from regulatory framework to disclosure. It's almost similar except for the measurement. Both banks use MFRS and IFRS as their guidelines to prepare the financial statement. Next, the measurement used in arriving the stated amount. For Maybank Islamic, they use a fair value, and Bank Muamalat, they use historical cost. And As for functional currency, both banks use Malaysian ringgit as the primary economic environment is in Malaysia. And lastly, Mudarabah financing is recorded as an asset under statement of financial position for Maybank Islamic and Bank Muamalat. So that's all.
On to the presentation in the financial statement. The first one is Bank Muamalat Malaysia Berhad. There is an increase in the growth of the product based on 5-year analysis. For deposit received from customer, it is presented on statement of financial position under liability section. On top of that, for investment account of customer, it is treated as off balance sheet. Next is Maybank Islamic Berhad. Based on 5-year analysis on the growth of the product, there is a slightly decrease in the amount of financing measured by total financing. Both of deposit received from customers and investment account of customers is presented on the statement of financial position under liability section.
Thanks so much guys for sending in those videos, and I know they're not really of great quality, but come on, we're not famous YouTubers. So I think Islamic banks have a great thing going for them. Maybe a bit more standardization in their books can help them be more organized, and have a bit more marketing to help Mudarabah financing and other Islamic financing products to be more out there in the market. So yeah, overall I think Islamic banks can be very similar, at the same time be very different at the same time in terms of their books and their performances. Anyway, comment below, how does your local bank deal with non-interest products, or even if you have Islamic financing products. That's all from us. I'm Wan Wasim Akram. Assalamualaikum.